Long ago, in a quiet village near the mountains of Japan, there lived a poor but kind-hearted man. He did not own much land, nor did he have wealth or fine clothes. However, he was known throughout the village for his gentle nature and warm heart. Every day, he worked hard by gathering firewood in the forest and selling it in the nearby town to earn just enough to survive. One cold winter evening, as snow began to fall softly from the darkening sky, the man was walking home through the forest. The wind howled between the trees, and the ground was already covered with a thin layer of white snow. As he walked, he suddenly heard a strange sound, soft, sorrowful, and trembling. Curious and concerned, he followed the sound deeper into the forest. Soon, he discovered its source, a beautiful white crane. The bird had been caught in a hunter's trap, its long legs tangled tightly in the rope. The crane struggled weakly, clearly exhausted and frightened, its feathers dusted with snow. The man felt deep pity for the creature. "Poor thing," he said gently, "you must be freezing and in pain." Without thinking of danger or reward, he carefully knelt beside the crane. Using his bare hands, he loosened the rope, working patiently despite the cold biting into his fingers. After a while, the trap finally fell away. The crane stood up, shaking its wings softly. For a moment, the crane looked directly at the man. Its dark eyes seemed filled with gratitude and something more, almost as if it wanted to speak. Then, with a graceful flap of its wings, the crane rose into the snowy sky and disappeared into the distance. The man smiled to himself and continued on his way home, thinking no more about the incident. That night, as the snowstorm grew stronger, the man sat alone in his small wooden house. The wind rattled the thin walls, and the fire in the hearth burned low. Just as he was about to go to sleep, he heard a knock at the door. Surprised, he opened it and saw a young woman standing outside. She was pale and delicate, wearing simple but elegant clothes, her hair dark and shining like the night sky. "Please forgive my sudden visit," she said softly. "I have nowhere else to go. May I stay here for the night?" The man, kind as always, nodded immediately. "Of course, please come in. It is too cold to stay outside." The woman bowed deeply and entered the house. From that night on, she stayed with the man, helping him with household chores, cooking meals, and keeping the small house warm and lively. Before long, the two grew close, and the man asked her to become his wife. She accepted with a gentle smile. Although they lived simply, they were happy. One day, however, the woman noticed the man sitting quietly by the fire, his face filled with worry. Led with worry. "What troubles you?" she asked. The man sighed. "Winter is long, and I fear I cannot earn enough money selling firewood. I worry about our future." The woman thought for a moment, then said, "I can help. I will weave cloth for you to sell, but there is one condition." "What is it?" the man asked. "While I am weaving, you must never look inside the room, no matter what you hear." Though puzzled, the man agreed. The woman locked herself inside the room and began weaving. From outside, the man could hear the steady rhythm of the loom, day and night. When she finally emerged, she was pale and weak, but she carried with her a piece of cloth of extraordinary beauty, soft, shining, and finer than anything the man had ever seen. The man took the cloth to town, and to his amazement, it sold for a very high price. Encouraged, he returned home, and again the woman offered to weave more cloth under the same condition. Each time, she grew thinner and more exhausted. The man became worried, and curiosity slowly overcame his promise. One day, unable to resist, he quietly peeked into the room. What he saw shocked him. Inside, there was no woman, only a white crane, plucking its own feathers and weaving them into the cloth with its beak. The loom stopped. The crane turned and looked at him with sad eyes. "You broke your promise," she said gently. "I was the crane you once saved in the forest. I came to repay your kindness. But now that you have seen my true form, I cannot stay." With those words, she spread her wings and flew away, disappearing into the sky forever. The man fell to his knees, filled with regret. Though he had lost her, he understood the lesson of kindness, trust, and gratitude, a lesson he would carry in his heart for the rest of his life.